It's one of the tougher road trips of the year, two high-quality opponents. So it was a big challenge for us, and we competed really hard. And there are some things we're struggling with at both ends of the floor in terms of playing within our concept, which is inhibiting us a little bit. But we do have good individual players, and so we were able to stay competitive in both games. With that, and then we found something late in the UCCS game that allowed us to finish that game really strong and get the win, which was great for us to secure. Whenever you can secure a split on that first night, it makes you feel good going into the second day. And then on Saturday night, we really, just watching the film, it was a frustrating experience. We really didn't play to the way we're capable of, and so we're doing some good individual things, and we're definitely making progress. But Jared and I were actually talking today that Monday practices haven't been very good because we're kind of reestablishing, this is how we need to do things. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are pretty good. And then we get to the weekend and there's just kind of slow deterioration of our concepts over the course of the games. And so I think the guys are committed to the right things. They're trying really hard. It's just a matter of time till we figure things out. But, fortunately we were able to get that split on the road that keeps us in contention. And now a big homestand is incredibly important for us to get things to the next level so we can have success in this next three games.
And then talking about the homestand, these next three games, starting off with Metro and Chadron this weekend, what kind of challenges do they have to pose?
Yeah, actually, all three teams really posed a significant challenge because they are all really good defensively. Probably three of the best teams in the league in terms of their defensive numbers, particularly Metro. Metro is very long and very athletic, and they play to their strengths. They play very hard defensively, and so they've really allowed themselves to stay in games with great defense. And they have some very talented individual players offensively. And so, if you end up in a situation where it's a one-on-one matchup against them, we're gonna struggle. So it really becomes about our team defensive concepts getting to that next level, and offensively, making them move and really being willing to make the extra pass and break teams down is really what it's going to take all weekend long.
It seems since the beginning of the year you guys been kind of waiting for the time when you have figured it out. How close do you think you are to figuring it all out?
Yeah, that's a good question. And the thing that I've known over these last 28 years as a coach is that you just never know when that light bulb moment has. And a lot of times it's more of a staircase, you sort of start putting blocks together. But, there are just so many sequences right now where we sort of get bogged down, so it leads to isolation, and then it leads to not a great shot, which leads to transition for them. So it's kind of these layers of breakdown lead to disadvantaged situations. So if we can just break that cycle, I think that we do have enough individual talent. And that's one of the things that's hard for this group is that, I was telling Jared earlier that when I played, it was easy for me to know what was a good shot and a bad shot because when I took a bad shot, it was a bad outcome. But when these guys take bad shots, it's still, they're still able to finish it. And, again, some of the teams we played, they still finished it at a high rate. If you went in and looked at our numbers, we're a very efficient basketball team offensively right now. But a little bit of that is a little false because it's been in times when we had a physical advantage, and that's not going to be the case this weekend or really moving forward. So we have to play within our concepts to get to the next level.
Hey, Jared, I know early on, Coach was saying, still trying to find Jared's role, and it looks like the last couple of weeks, it's starting to get figured out. Do you feel a little more comfortable with that now, what you need to do?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like I'm starting to more find my spot in the offense. It's just more finding a way to use my own abilities in the team concepts, and so that's kind of been the focus, and that's why what me and Coach were talking about earlier this morning. We're just trying to really, because I do have individual talent, but trying to turn that into an asset for the team to make it a team talent. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just it's tough, but we're working on it, and I feel like we are getting closer, and we are figuring each other out and figuring out a way that I can contribute to the team.
Clay, following along with the game on, I believe it was Friday night, you guys were down by 12 to UCCS with 6 minutes left to go. What changed for you guys, and how were you able to come back?
Yeah, I think it was just our energy. I mean, throughout the game, it was kind of a weird game, and it played out weird. But once we kind of figured out our offense with 6 minutes left, everything was clicking right away and at the right time. So it was perfect for us.
And for you and your season, how far do you think you progressed?
Yeah, I mean, from the first weekend, I mean, it was pretty rough. But from here on out, I mean, I've definitely got more comfortable. I mean, I talked about her with being more comfortable out on the floor and, just trying to help the team win and do everything I can to help the team win. So I think it's gotten a lot better.
Jared, you redshirted at Metro? And
Yeah.
then you decide I'm gonna go halfway across the country, and then I'm gonna come back? I mean, kind of take us through the journey and.
It was a crazy experience at Metro. I actually ended up getting injured 10 days before our first game, to where I was going to be out for the next 10 days before our first game. So I was going to be injured probably like the first 8 or 9 games, give or take, when I could recover. So I decided to redshirt that year and just take that year to get healthy and stuff like that. But then the coaching change and just a lot of people leaving the program and stuff like that just kind of more leaned me to not want to stay there, because it felt like it was kind of going into more rebuilding years. And luckily, one of my assistant coaches that was at Metro used to be a coach at Fresno City, and so he put me in contact with them, said it would be a good fit, said they'd be able to make a difference in my game and myself as a person. Went out there and learned a lot, and then became really close with Tommy and Jess and stuff like that, and they ended up coming over here, and then the coaches just kept recruiting Fresno City guys, and they happened to like my game, and we came on my visit, had a really good conversation, a really good connection, and went with it. And I've been happy so far and just trying to make the best of it.
It's not like you didn't know this place existed, right? I mean, I think you probably saw.
Yeah, my
Sydney play a couple
exactly.
times.
Yeah, my older sister played here, and so it was on the radar, but before the coaching change, I hadn't heard that good of things before, and so I kind of was staying away. But after the coaching change and after what Tommy and Jess had to say, it was just a clear fit.
What's it going to be like going up against Metro?
I mean, it's just going to be another game. Of course, if you're playing against the school you used to go to, you want to perform, but I don't want to get outside of my own game and get outside of my own role, just stay in the team's concepts and try my best to help us win the game,
And add, some wrinkles, this is what they do and this certain thing.
Yeah,
and
hopefully.
Go back in the old playbook?
Yeah, I remember a couple things, so hopefully that'll come in handy for us.
Coach, you talked about you guys got split on the road this weekend to kind of open up conference play. As you guys are still kind of figuring things out, how huge is it to at least get those splits on the road? Because, if you split on the road, win at home, kind of are looking good towards the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And, one of the things that happened last year is that we really had a hard time. We went through a long stretch of the season where we never really won 2 games in a row on trips at home or on the road. And so having that split is huge. But then you got to come home and really, if you're going to split on the road, you got to win at home. So, you do put more pressure on yourself. And every time you can steal 2 games on the road, it really puts you in good position. Last year, late in the year, we got 2 back-to-back wins at Regis and Christian. It just made a huge difference and kind of propels you through the standings when you do that. So we kind of have to hold serve now and protect our home court. So I think that's really big moving into this weekend. I would also like to say about these 2 guys is that, they have growth over these last few weeks has been tremendous. And part of it is we're trying to help them with the individual growth that they need to make to fit into the concept, and then the team concept within that as well, and then how those 2 pieces fit together. And the growth individually has been great to see. They're both getting comfortable on the floor, as well as Georgie Dancer, and I think you're just starting to see the individual talent they do have that can really be featured within our team concept. So we are on the path that we need to be on. It just is a process, and I continue to see us grow and get better every week. So we're excited about what we can get done here.
With Jared, what are you seeing? Because he can break guys down, he can shoot the 3, just trying to get that all work. What are you seeing that is the next step?
Yeah, so he's doing a great job. One of the things they did a really nice job of was both teams ended up, we had some foul trouble. Both teams had foul trouble at the end of the half of the Mines game. So the guys did a great job of recognizing that they could get their 5'9" point guard to switch on to Jared, and so we got a couple of easy opportunities inside late in that half, which were kind of key to keep us within range. So he's doing a good job of that, and a lot of bigs have been switched out on him, and he's doing a good job of attacking that. And he's been doing a better job of when he got in the paint. He had several and ones this week and great finishes at the rim, and he's just having a stronger base going up and finishing. And then one of the things that's been a little awkward for us is we haven't been as effective in the ball screens as we have been in the past. And so it's leading to kind of late clock situations without an advantage, which we're not used to. And so we've been really then relying on one-on-one matchups. So like him and Mike are kind of in and out of the flow of the offense because we aren't able to gain that advantage in the ball screen. So we're going to make some adjustments this week, which we hope will lead to a better flow in our offense. Use that, better utilize the ball screen to gain us a little bit of advantage. So as the ball moves, guys can read when they have an advantage and how to attack it. And rather than just playing in so much isolation, which has been a byproduct both of the guys trying to attack matchups and the flow of our offense bogging down because we're not gaining an advantage with the ball screens. So we think that, both of these guys will benefit from that next level, but it's been great to see their individual improvement over these last couple of weeks.
Clay, correct me if I'm wrong, but you transferred from a Division I university, is that correct?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, so, going up against other Division I opponents, what was it like getting your first taste of RMAC competition?
Yeah, it's not really a big difference. You think, the RMAC's probably one of the best Division II conferences in the country, so, for me, it was just finding that comfortability. I know I can play because I played at the Division I level, so I know I can just bring my game here at the Division II level.
Do you think it helped you out a little bit?
Yeah, I played some pretty big teams, and so the experiences really helped me. So, big crowds and stuff like that isn't really a factor, and the pressure isn't really a factor either, so it's just definitely been beneficial.